Hi students, this is Mrs. Bailey and I am so happy that you have joined me for some springtime writing today. The board says hello spring. This is one of my favorite times of year and a season that I love, so I enjoy writing about spring and I know you will too. I'm going to show you a fun type of poem that you can write in your journal time for writing time today. And our topic is going to be spring, and this is a type of poem that you might not have seen before. I think you will love it. So let's learn about this type of poem and then we'll write and practice using it. The poem that we're going to write about spring today is called an acrostic poem. This is a type of poetry where the first, last, or other letters in a line spell out a particular word or phrase. So let me show you some examples so you can see what this looks like. Here's an example of an acrostic poem. Right here in the blue letters it says math. So this poem is about math, and then they use each of the letters in the word math for the first word in the sentence of their poem. So this is all going to be about the topic of math. Makes me use my brain. Arithmetic is fun. Takes time to learn. Hooray for math. So this is kind of like your title and your topic, math, and it also helps guide the rest of your acrostic in each of your lines. Each word in the beginning of these sentences starts with the letters in the word math. Let's look at another example because there are several different ways that you can create these types of poetry. This is a poem called Mother. See the blue letters in the middle? They did the same thing. They used the letters in mother, but this time they used them in some other parts of the word. And it's still all going to be on topic about their mother. And I'll give you a little hint. I bet somebody in your family, like a mother or a grandmother or even a friend or sister or brother, would love it if you wrote an acrostic about them. So let's read this one. Mother, amazing, loving, strong, happy, selfless, creative. That is very sweet. Someone wrote an acrostic poem about their mother. So look at this line, happy. They use the H in mother to start a word, but in this one, strong, they use part of the middle of the word to start it. So you can start your word or use different parts of the word. Also, the math poem that we saw had sentences and longer lines for each poem. This poem just has one word on each line. You can do that too. Some people even make lines in acrostic with rhyming words. That's something you might like to try. And here's one more example. I bet you would enjoy trying one of these types of acrostic poems. You can use your own name. This is Stephen. And Stephen wrote an acrostic poem. He chose one word, except for the last line's got two. But he chose just some short words to describe himself. Super, terrific, excellent, valuable, extraordinary, never dull. That means boring, never boring. So this friend Stephen chose to do a shorter version. Again, you could use your name and make longer sentences or make rhyming phrases. Any of those options are fun ways that you can get creative and write an acrostic. So now we're going to work on our own. I'm going to use this page to write about spring. This comes from our March monthly writing calendar. These monthly writing calendars are K-mailed to you by your homeroom teacher. You can also find them on our GCA Kindergarten website. And here is the link. I will also include this link in the comments of this YouTube video. You can always K-mail your homeroom teacher for help with finding this or to get an additional copy of the writing packet. But this is from our March writing packet, and we are going to use this word spring to write our own acrostic poem. When you go on to the GCA Kindergarten website, you will look for this button right here, Printable Resources. And when you scroll down, you'll come to this section called Writer's Corner. And this is where we keep all of these writing calendars. If you ever want an extra copy or can't find one in your K-mail, you can come here on our GCA Kindergarten website. It's also a great place for any of our mid-year enrollees to come and access the calendars from earlier in the school year. Each calendar has lots of ideas for things you can write about every day of the month. It's also got different writing papers like the one I'm going to show you right now. So I'm turning on my webcam. Here we go. And I thought, since we're writing about spring, I'd use some fun, colorful spring colors in my writing today. You might want to write with a pencil first, students, and do kind of a rough draft. I already did that and did some thinking about what I'm going to write about so that I'd be ready for this recording. So I'm going to write with markers now. In our writing packets, we have some things like this where it gives you a prompt. We have some papers where they just have designs like this and lines and they're blank for you to do whatever you want with. And those just make writing more fun than just writing on blank paper or a notebook every day. It's nice to keep writing interesting and different for kindergarten students. It's really important to write every day. Even just 10 minutes of writing every day can make such a difference in your writing. I have seen that again this year. I have some kindergarten students who started out not writing anything, but they have been writing a little bit every day with help and guidance from their learning coach, and they are needing less and less help as the year goes on, and they're writing independently and writing whole sentences. So it can seem very tough, but I promise if you just do a little bit every day, it will get easier and easier. It just takes lots of practice. So for this acrostic, we have our topic and title right here, spring. And we're going to start each line with the letter. If you wanted to do it differently, you could write it over here where you could use this side too, like some of those poems did. But this one, we're going to use the beginning of each of these letters. And I'm just going to give you some ideas and kind of show you some ideas for you to do on your own. And then I would love it if you would like to send this to me, or you could send it to your ELA teacher or your homeroom teacher and share it with us. We'd love to see what you came up with for your acrostic. Or you don't have to send us this one. You might want to send us an acrostic of your name or something else. As I said earlier, this is a great gift for someone. You can make an acrostic with their name. That's a very special gift that I know someone would enjoy having. So I'm going to show you just some different ways that you can use this with your student depending on where they are in the writing process and also just what they want to do creatively. If your student is still learning to write, they might want to just write one word for each line. So I'm going to brainstorm some. I'm going to say for this S, I might write the word sun because that describes the springtime, lots of sunshine. All right, so that would be a simple consonant, vowel, consonant word for your student that you could help them sound out. We've already got this sun. Or you could take it just a little bit more and they could write the word sunshine. Let's practice that one out here. Now remember, friends, in kindergarten, are we looking for perfect spelling? No, we should not be seeing perfect every single letter spelled. That's not typical for kindergarten. You need to practice sounding out those words and finger stretching. Write the sounds that you hear to spell phonetically. So we already have sun. Let's practice. Let's try making it sunshine just for a little bit trickier word. Sun. There's that SH sound. Shy. I hear the long I. Sunshine. And then I hear a letter N. Alright, now, next is the letter P. Let's think of some ideas. I'm going to use another color. If your student is ready to write a little bit more than just one word, they could write a couple words for a short phrase, like pretty flowers. I'm going to start with the P and write the word pretty. Purr. I've already got the P. Purr. I hear R. Pr. I'm not so sure about that vowel. That's kind of hard for me. If you come to a letter that you're not so sure about that sound, go to the next one if you can't figure out. You can take a guess and try it, or you can go to the next one. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And you know what, friends? That's not exactly how you spell pretty, but if I sound it out, pretty, I can read it. And when my friends send in writing like this, I can still read it very easily. Pretty, finger space, flowers, full, ow. Now that's a trickier sound, but some of you might know that. Ow-ers, pretty flowers. Alright, I'm going to try one more example, writing a whole longer sentence, because that's an idea that you might want to try also. In this sentence with the letter R, I'm going to write rainy days are here. Rainy. That one's a little tricky. You could ask somebody to copy one down for you so that you can copy it if you want. Some friends like to do that. Rainy, finger space, day, days. Rainy days are. Now, R is a sight word, so I would look on my word wall or one of my sight word cards, or you might remember that one since it's a sight word. We're getting to a point in the year where lots of you are getting further along in your writing and should be remembering how to spell those sight words. And it's okay to use your resources around you to spell them, but we should start seeing some more correct spelling with those because we practice them so often. Rainy days are here, and that's another sight word. Here. And I'm going to include some punctuation because I'm writing a sentence for this one. I've got capital letter, finger spaces, and punctuation, and I think I'm going to write an exclamation point to show that I'm excited about that. So I hope that gives you some good ideas for your spring acrostic poem. Try writing some other acrostics, maybe even include some rhyming words, and then you could decorate this. What a nice way to celebrate one of my favorite seasons, spring. Thank you all for writing with me, and enjoy the springtime weather.